Welcome everyone, I'm Lindsay and thanks for joining me today. Let's begin in Tadasana or mountain pose. Stand tall and draw energy upwards into your body starting from your feet. Begin to take some deep inhales and exhales here, connecting with your breath. The theme for today is confidence. Confidence means moving through the unknowns in life with certainty and faith that we're being guided. Confidence also helps us realize that the power we seek is already within us. Practicing yoga naturally helps us tap into this inner confidence. As we practice strengthening our physical bodies with yoga asanas, our inner confidence begins to develop as well. When we feel strong physically, we also feel strong mentally and emotionally. This inner strength taps into our inner light and lets us shine it out to the world to elevate our opinions of ourselves and feel less afraid of challenges. Confidence inspires us to go after our dreams and be comfortable in our own skin. Through confidence, we can navigate through challenges with ease because we know we have the inner strength to overcome anything. On your next inhale, imagine gently breathing in the word confidence. And as you exhale, slowly breathe out the word strength. Let's repeat this meditation at your own pace for a few more breaths. Let's come down to staff pose, seated on the mat with your legs stretched out long. Keep your spine lengthened. Now bring your left foot over your right leg and place your left hand on the mat behind you for seated spinal twist. Place your left hand on your right knee, or to advance the pose, you can deepen the twist by wrapping the elbow around the knee. Release and switch sides. Bring your right foot over your left leg and the right hand to the mat behind you. As you exhale, focus on twisting deeper, and as you inhale, focus on lengthening up even more through the spine and torso. Release and return to staff pose. Lengthen up through the crown of your head and spine. Draw the shoulders down and away from the ears. For seated forward fold, lift your arms up and begin to hinge the torso towards your legs, allowing the fold to come from the hips. Keep your spine straight to avoid rounding of the upper back, and allow your hands to fall on your toes, ankles, or shin. Option to wrap a strap around your feet and pull gently with your hands. Find your breath. Now might be a good time to remind yourself that if you feel the need to rest at any point during today's class, feel free to withdraw to a restful pose such as child's pose or savasana. Today is about your personal practice, and it's important to be mindful and listen to your body. To come out, gently rise the upper body up. Now bend the knees and bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees gently fall open to either side. Grab your toes with your hands and press firmly into your sit bones. Sit up tall, lengthening through the crown of your head, and begin to hinge forward at your hips towards the mat for bound angle. Option to sit on a blanket or to place blocks under the knees here. Keep your back and neck lengthened. And take some big, deep breaths here. And slowly rise back up. Coming into our flow sequence next, swing your legs around and come to a hands and knees position. Inhale and melt your heels towards the ground and pull your hips up towards the sky for downward facing dog. Find any movement that feels good to you here. Try bending your knees one at a time to pedal out your legs, maybe sway the hips from side to side, or just find stillness. Do what feels good for you. Step or walk both of your feet to the front of the mat. Exhale and fold forward, keeping your knees slightly bent. Allow the neck to soften and lengthen here. And inhale, lift up halfway with a flat back and bring your hands to your shins. Root down through your feet and lengthen through your spine. Exhale, fold forward again and relax the crown of your head down towards the earth. Inhale, bend your knees and sweep your arms out, around, and up towards the sky. Bring your hands to touch, then draw your hands to prayer in front of your heart. Inhale, circle the arms out, around, and up. Exhale, fold forward again and relax the crown of your head down towards the earth. Inhale, place your hands on the mat. Step or hop your feet back to a plank position. Option to lower the knees here. Lower down halfway with control into chaturanga. Exhale, tuck the toes under and lift your heart up towards the sky for upward facing dog or cobra pose. Press down firmly through the feet. Keep the shoulders down and back. Inhale, push your hips up and back into downward facing dog. Draw the shoulders away from the ears and allow the neck to be soft. For crescent lunge, sweep your left foot forward in between your hands. Align your left knee over the ankle. Inhale and bring your hands to the top of your left thigh. Option to bring your hands to heart center in prayer position or to sweep them overhead. Draw the shoulders down and away from the ears. Tuck your tailbone down towards the mat and allow your gaze to come either in front of you or, if your hands are overhead, towards the fingertips. As you inhale, lengthen up through the crown, and as you exhale, deepen the stretch. Release your hands back down to the mat. Switch sides, plant your right foot forward in between your hands. Align your right knee over the ankle. Inhale and bring your hands to the top of your right thigh, to heart center or up overhead. Breathe deeply here. Release your hands back down to the mat, then make your way to downward facing dog. Option to hold here or to take your flow sequence. Sweep your left foot forward in between your hands. Keep the left knee stacked over your left ankle while you plant your right foot down at a 45-degree angle. Inhale and sweep your arms up over your head for Warrior One. Keep your hips squared to the mat in front of you. Find your breath, deep inhales and deep exhales. Let's switch sides. Bring your right foot forward. That right knee stacked over the right ankle, plant your left foot down at 45 degrees. Inhale up into Warrior One. Reach through the fingers and breathe. Bring both hands down to the mat and find your way to Downward Facing Dog. Option to hold in Downward Facing Dog or to take your flow sequence here. We'll all meet back in Down Dog. For Goddess, bring your left foot to the front of the mat, then turn to face the right side of the room. Toes should be turned about 45 degrees outwards. Bend your knees and come into a wide squat, working to get your thighs parallel to the mat. Keep your knees pointed in the same direction as your toes. Point your tailbone down and slightly bring your hips forward. Bring your hands to heart center at prayer position and engage the core muscles. Connect with your breath again. To come out of the pose, press firmly into your legs and feet. Bring your hands to your hips for stability as you slowly straighten your legs. Turn to face the front of the mat and make your way to Downward Facing Dog. Option to hold here or to take another flow sequence. Remember, vinyasas are always optional, so do what feels best for your body. Sweep your left foot in between your hands. Plant your right foot down at a 45-degree angle. Make sure the heel of your front foot is aligned with the arch of your back foot. Keep your knee stacked over the ankle. Then inhale, cartwheel your arms out straight and parallel to the ground for Warrior Two. Breathe here. Now shift just your arm and torso forward. Keep that distance as you inhale and reach up and over with your left hand. Lengthen through your side body. Reach your right arm down your back leg for support. Exhale, cartwheel your arms back up and over. Drop your left forearm to your front thigh for extended side angle. Inhale and reach your right arm up and over. Imagine a straight line from your feet all the way to your fingers. Option to use blocks here if that's more comfortable for you, or to bring your left hand down to the floor. Release, bring your hand down to the mat and find your way to Downward Facing Dog. Either hold here or take a quick vinyasa. For the other side, sweep your right foot in between your hands. Plant your left foot down at a 45-degree angle. Keep your knee stacked over your ankle. Inhale, cartwheel your arms out straight and parallel to the ground. Keep breathing here. Shift just your arms and torso forward. Keep that distance as you inhale and reach up and over with your right hand. Lengthen through your side body in reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheel your arms back up and over. Drop your right forearm to the front thigh for extended side angle. Inhale and reach your left arm up and over. Release, bring your hands back down to the mat and find your way to downward facing dog. Option to hold here or to take your flow sequence. Exhale, sweep your left foot forward in between your hands. Scoot your right foot out to the right a bit. Inhale and raise your torso upright and sweep your arms up and overhead for high lunge. Lengthen your tailbone down towards the floor and reach through your back heel. If comfortable, turn your gaze up towards the sky. Bring both hands back down to the mat. Switch sides, sweep your right foot forward in between your hands. Inhale, raise your torso upright and sweep your arms up overhead. Hold here for a few breaths. To release, bring both hands back down to the mat and find your way to downward facing dog. Option to hold in downward facing dog or to take your flow sequence. Sweep your left foot in between your hands. Press your left foot firmly into the mat. Bring your left hand down in front of your foot, either to the mat or to a block. Inhale and lift your right leg up parallel to the floor. Open and stack your hips on top of each other. Option to keep your hand on your hip or to reach it high to the sky. Rotate your chest open. Draw the shoulders down and away from the ears. And breathe. Release your back leg down. Switch sides. Press your right foot firmly into the mat. Bring your right hand down in front of your front foot, either to the mat or a block. Inhale and lift into half moon again. Breathe deeply here. Release your leg down and find your way to downward facing dog. Option to hold in down dog, rest in child's pose, or take your last flow sequence of the class. Shift forward into plank pose. Then, with control, lower down to lying on your belly with your head rested on the mat. Allow your legs to be about hip distance apart. Engage your legs and begin to lift them up. Now begin to raise your chest and arms up. Your pelvis and belly should remain rooted to the mat. Keep your spine long, broaden across your shoulder blades. Your head and neck are relaxed, and your gaze remains down towards the mat. Let's hold here for 2 more breaths. And release your arms and legs to the mat. Now bring your arms by your sides and your palms face down on the mat. Bend your knees and bring the backs of your heels closer to your glutes. Reach your hands back and grab your ankles or feet. Engage your quad and inner thigh muscles as you lift your legs upwards, and at the same time begin to lift your chest, upper torso, and shoulders upwards for bow pose. Keep your pelvis and tailbone rooted to the mat. Gaze forward softly. Stay with your breath here. To release, gently bring your legs down and allow the arms to release, resting by your sides. Come around to a seated position with your knees bent in front of you. Engage your core muscles and draw your shoulders down and back away from your ears. Begin to tilt back slightly. Grab onto the backs of your thighs and begin to lift your legs up so that your shins become close to parallel to the mat. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. For beginners, keep your hands on the back of your thighs, or to advance the pose, bring your arms directly in front of you so that they're parallel to the mat as well. And to release, lower your body with control all the way down to lying on the mat. Bring your knees into your chest and give them a big squeeze. And drop your knees over to the right side. And allow yourself to melt into supine twist. Option to bring your arms out to a T position and to bring your gaze in the opposite direction of your knees. Breathe here. Slowly inhale the knees back to center. Gently drop them over to the left-hand side. Extending the arms out long, gazing in the opposite direction. Twisting deeper with each exhalation. Inhale, bring the knees back to center. Hug them to your chest one more time. Maybe rock back and forth on the mat. Massage the low back. And exhale, release your arms and legs out long for Savasana. Gently relax the muscles in your face and allow your body to become heavy. For the next few minutes, allow your mind and body to be at peace. Take a moment to reflect on today's theme of confidence. Maybe notice any differences you feel now in this moment as opposed to when you began today's class. And as you rest here, I'll leave you with a few quotes that I felt went well with this theme. The first one is by Ralph Waldo Emerson. He says, "Fear defeats more people than any other one thing in the world." This next one is by Theodore Roosevelt. "Believe you can, and you're halfway there." And the last one is by the iconic Dr. Seuss. He says, "You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, you can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own and you know what you know, and you are the one who will decide where to go." Wishing you so much love, light, and confidence. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. We'll see you next time. Namaste. If you enjoyed this class, please like and subscribe below.